Hello, this is Jay Nickel of Nickel Investigations, and this is an episode of Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast, Monday Missing Persons, on Cynthia Clair, Marlene Abigosis, and Jason Adam. Gone without a trace, the mysterious disappearance of Cynthia Clair. Hello, I'm Jay Nickel from Nickel Investigations, and this is Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast, Missing Persons Edition, on Cynthia Clair. Cindy Clair, who also went by Cynthia, was last seen in Toronto, Ontario on June 30th, 1990. On the day of her disappearance, Cynthia left her home shortly after 10 a.m. At the time, Cynthia was living in the area of Trethewey Drive and Black Creek Drive. Approximately 10:15 a.m., Cynthia Clair was seen for the last time near 25 Martha Eaton Way in Toronto, Ontario. Cynthia told her roommate she was going for a walk and never returned. When she left her residence, Cynthia did not take her car, medications, or purse with her. She had made plans for later in the day. She was reported missing the next day. Cynthia has been trained in the use of computers. She was also known to frequent coffee shops and park areas in Toronto and Scarborough at the time of her disappearance. Cynthia was 38 years old at the time of her disappearance and was described as white with hazel eyes, brown but dyed red short hair, 5 feet 3 inches tall, 176 pounds, with a heavy build and fair complexion. Cynthia was possibly of mixed heritage. She was wearing gray framed glasses. She was left-handed. Both of Cindy's legs were injured in the fall. There would be evidence of fractures of her legs and or feet. She suffers from despondency, and speech is normal but may have needed medication to remain functioning. She was last seen wearing a lime green cotton tracksuit with buttons on the front and back and white leather sandals. If you have any information, please contact any of the following: Toronto Police Service or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Thank you, and please consider subscribing to Ontario Cold Cases, the podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Lost in Time, the strange disappearance of Marlene Abigosis. Hello, I'm Jay Nickel from Nickel Investigations, and this is Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast, Missing Persons Edition on Marlene Abigosis. Marlene Abigosis was last seen in March of 1984 in the downtown east side of Vancouver. Marlene was engaged in a high-risk lifestyle. Marlene was known to work near the docks, and clients that owned boats would take Marlene with them on trips to Washington State, Vancouver Island on occasion. Marlene was reported missing on May 22nd, 2002. Marlene also went by the names Darlene Campbell, Clara Ross, Darlene Richards, and Marlene Yvonne Abigois. Marlene was born on November 23rd, 1957, and was 27 when she went missing. She was Indigenous with brown eyes, black wavy shoulder-length hair, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 119 pounds, with a slender to thin build, and a ruddy complexion. If you have any information on this case, please contact any of the following: Vancouver Police Department at 604-717-2530 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Thank you, and please consider subscribing to Ontario Cold Cases, the podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. What happened to Jason Adam? Hello, I'm Jay Nickel from Nickel Investigations, and this is Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast, Missing Persons Edition on Jason Adam. On October 21st, 2007, Jason Adam was seen for the last time near the Shaw Conference Centre in Edmonton, Alberta. Jason left the family member's residence on foot to meet with an ex-girlfriend for coffee. On the previous day, Jason had traveled from Lac La Biche, Alberta, to Edmonton to attend a guardianship court hearing on October 22nd, 2007, but he never showed up. Jason was born in 1978. He was described as Indigenous with brown eyes, black short hair, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, and weighing 287 pounds. Jason wore glasses of an unknown color. He was last seen wearing a black cap, black jacket, blue jeans, white t-shirt, black overshirt, and black runners. He had a scar on his head from a stab wound. If you have any information on this case, please contact any of the following: Edmonton Police Service at 780-423-4567 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Thank you, and please consider subscribing to Ontario Cold Cases, the podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.